I'm starting to question whether this is even going to work for me. Hello, welcome back. If you're new, I'm Lisa. If you're not new, I'm Lisa. This is my series documenting, I call it the 80 pound slim down, and I'm documenting the challenges of losing 80 pounds. That's mostly focusing on my experiences with Mounjaro, which I started taking 5 weeks ago, and this is the third in my series. So I want to be a little frank here for a minute. This I'm starting to question whether this is even going to work for me, because as I've looked at the numbers here, the first 4 weeks, which was on the introductory dosage, I lost less than 3 pounds in a month. I have done better on my own without this expensive drug. So I don't know what's going on in that sense. So I think that's a 2.8 overall loss since I started this thing. Now this week, this past Saturday, I did titrate up to the 5 milligram dosage, and but I'm still questioning this. But I'm gonna at least give a month on the 5 before I decide whether I need what this is going to do for me. And I did read in a lot of places that it's 3 months before they consider it a failure. So I'm not a loser, but I am a loser. I can't lose weight, but I'm such a loser because I cannot get this weight off of me, and I don't know what that is going on. So this week, like I said, last Saturday, I titrated up to the 5 milligram dose, and it was an experience this week. First of all, my normal Saturday was the same. I just wasn't hungry, didn't want to even look at food. Sunday, the same thing. Didn't want to look at food. Food was just icky to me. But about halfway through Sunday, like late afternoon, I got extremely tired. So I had fatigue all day Sunday, all day Sunday. I had a massive headache on Monday, and it spilled over into Tuesday. I was just dragging. I just felt like I had no energy whatsoever. And I don't know if it's because I haven't been eating very much and I was just tired from that, but I have intermittent fasted before and I've not had that, so it was something else going on. And so then about Wednesday I was normal. I wanted to actually eat, which was weird because on the other weeks I've been like, I don't want to eat anything. So but the hunger thing just pretty much stayed. The appetite suppressant angle of the drug has been working, and that is what's weird because I'm really my appetite is really suppressed, but I'm not losing weight. So I've been trying to figure out, I've been reading some things about what's going on, and a lot of people say you're not getting enough water, you're not getting enough protein. I tried to track food this week, but I was totally unmotivated. I'll be honest. I was totally unmotivated in tracking because I just wasn't eating either. It was just like I would have, a handful of, I don't even know what I ate this week, to be honest. I would just have a little bit of something, and I just didn't even care. And I didn't even care to track it because it was just so minuscule what I was eating. And then Friday, I got really emotional, like PMS emotional. Like I was ready to cry at the drop of a hat. Anything was going to just trigger me. So I don't know if there's things going on with my hormones or if it's just perimenopause in general or what was going on. But yeah, so this morning I took my second dose of the 5 milligrams. So I did weigh myself. So the numbers. So if you recall last week, somehow I gained over a half a pound. I don't know how that happened because, like I said, the appetite suppressant part of this has been phenomenal. I don't want to eat most of the time. But somehow, some way, I'm gaining weight. So, for this week, this is my numbers for this week. So, Sunday, I did drop a little bit of that weight that I went up to on Saturday. And then pretty consistently went down 229.2. So, it was a pound overnight almost, another pound. And I'm finding that Tuesdays are my lightest days. So, for the past 3 weeks I've been doing this, Tuesday's always been the day I am at my lightest. So I don't know what's going on with Tuesday. I don't know if it's because I've gained weight from, like Saturday when I weigh in, and then I don't know what's going on with Tuesday. So then I promptly went back up again, just 2.2 of a pound, and then it went up again 0.4 of a pound. And then it went up another 0.2 of a pound. But for this morning, when I weighed in, I was 229.4. So I lost a little bit from the day before. So that means 229.4 means my starting weight before I took my first shot was 232.4. So that means I have lost 4 whole friggin' pounds in 5 weeks. That utterly sucks. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. But I can tell you right now, I am seriously PO'd at myself. Because I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's me internally because I'm not eating. I'm barely eating food. I don't know how you can not eat and still. I know this is water weight mostly fluctuating, and maybe it is from where I'm not consistently drinking enough water. So that's my goal for this week. Is I'm still at 1,500 calories, and I do want to do a better job at actually putting in what I'm eating, because I'm not eating 1,500 calories. There's no way I'm eating 1,500 calories because I'm only eating one. I'm basically only eating one meal a day. I eat dinner, and that's it. So, but I did watch a couple of weight loss doctors talking about their patients and what they do and what they tell them to do. And most of them said they need to increase their water intake, and they also need to increase their protein. And I talked about that a little bit last week, why I was on a track on Lose It, because I can track my protein. And I did, and maybe this is why I had somewhat of a drop for the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, because I did start I've started drinking one protein shake that is, I think it's like 30 grams of protein. And then I've been making it's Greek yogurt and then a scoop of protein powder. And that's at least 35 grams of protein for that. And I usually eat that at night. And that's like after dinner and before I go to bed. So, and then I try to have like a protein, like a meat, a chicken or beef or something. So, I'm trying to get 120 as because I saw somewhere it said take your goal weight times 0.8, and that would be what you need to eat. So 120 grams of protein a day. And then if I can, and then this week I'm going to force myself to eat something several times a day, like throughout the day, instead of just eating dinner. I still don't like breakfast, but I thought a protein shake in the morning, in my coffee, maybe instead of having just coffee, I could do a protein shake. That would get, if I do one protein shake, that's 30 grams, and that's, a fourth of the way there. And then maybe some small lunchtime thing, and then a dinner, a good sized dinner, and then maybe that protein protein yogurt at the end of the day to get that up. So that's where I am. But the good thing is, or the good thing I'm taking away from this is that with that number there, the 229.4, that gives me a loss for this week at 1.4 pounds, right? Yeah, 1.4 pounds. So that gives me almost a 2-pound loss for the week, which is better. And then it gives me, like I said, 4 pounds exactly for the entire 5 weeks, starting week 6. So if this moving up brings on the weight loss more, maybe at the end of this, I'll have a better numbers, or I'll have maybe each week, if I can keep 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds, because it's really frustrating. I will be completely honest with you. It is completely frustrating because I'm doing what I always do when I lose weight. I don't lose. I cut calories, I exercise, I count carbs, I do all these things, and the scale does not move. And I've done measurements. I haven't done them this go round, but I do measurements and I don't even lose inches, and it just, I think my body is just censored up. So I don't know. And then, so anyway, so for week 6, it will still be tracking in Weight Watchers and in Lose It, getting that to the 120 grams of protein. So yeah, so that's my week. I'm going to try to take away that I did lose this week, and that's a pretty significant loss compared, well, this was the best week, was week 4. But, in comparison, I've only had one other week. I had actually the exact same amount that I lost in that week. So, if I continue, maybe that'll help. But, if I'm at 129.4 for the week, or for now, so my 80 pounds, that's math. I have to do math. So my 230 is what I was using as my number because of that. But yeah. So 80 pounds minus 4. So I still have 76 pounds left to go. And and I get frustrated. I get overwhelmed with that number, and so I'm trying to break it down into chunks. I'm trying to chunk it down. So my first milestone, milestone number 1 is going to be should be first milestone 199, and that is 29 pounds away, 29.4 pounds away to hit 199. Then milestone 2 will be 175, which would be 25 pounds from there. And then the third milestone would be another 25 pounds, which would be 150. And that will be my goal weight. So if I look at it this way, it's a lot more manageable than So it's like the joke. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Although I don't know what the calorie. Well, it would be protein, and it would be no carbs. So maybe I should eat an elephant. So anyway, that's kind of how I'm looking at it, is eating an elephant, because that breaks it down into something more manageable. Because I think once I get here, I don't know, but I feel like once it may be a psychological thing, like when I get in one Underland, that things will, I think maybe I don't know. I'm battling at this point. Anyway, so that's how I'm doing it, looking at it. I'm trying to break it down into something more manageable. And so instead of tackling 80 pounds all at once and seeing I still have 76 pounds left to go, to get the first milestone, I have 29 pounds to go. That's a lot more manageable. And I hope that'll keep me motivated, especially if I have another week like I had last week, where I was just really emotional and really sad about seeing those numbers bounce. But I also, and part of me is like, well, don't weigh yourself every day. But I was watching a fitness coach, and he was talking about weighing every day, because like last week, I would have not seen that Tuesday that I had lost a lot of weight. I would have only seen that massive gain last week on Saturday. So it kind of helps you see that. So, this week it's not so much, because it was only it was only 0.4 higher than my lowest weight this week. But had it been something like last week, where it was a larger chunk, then I see that number and I'm like, I know I was that number at one point. So I'm going to continue to weigh daily, at least for the point of this challenge, to at least get myself mentally in a mindset that I am at somewhere on this continuum. I am at that weight. It may not consistently stay at that weight, but I was at that weight at one point. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you for putting up with my rambling. If you are enjoying this series, please consider giving a like, a thumbs up, a comment. If you are struggling mightily like I am, please let me know. We can commiserate together. If you know someone, share the video with them, so that they'll know that they are not alone in this journey. And like I said, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week with hopefully a better report.